Hi guys, thanks so much for joining me once again. Now before I get started, I'm just gonna apologize in advance for any screaming or shouting you might hear in the background. There's a huge Champions League match going on and the guys are watching it, so that's what it is. No cats are being tortured, I promise you. It's just the excitement and frenzy of the Champions League match, so yeah, please bear with me. Alright, so before I get into my book review, I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who took the time to watch, like, comment, share, subscribe, post, and message me with their stories of just hope and saying that my last video really encouraged them. When I posted that, I was so nervous of putting myself out there like that, and my goal was like, okay, if I reach 5 people with this, that's 5 more people that don't have to go through all that alone. And so just the outpouring of support has been overwhelming, and I'm so thankful to all of you who took the time. So thank you for all of that. So today I have a book review for you. This is the book that I picked up right after my Ugly Cry episode that I talked about in my last video, and it is called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Now I don't usually swear, pardon the language, I don't usually swear, but even just saying the title, like, you are a badass, it's like, yeah, I got this. I put some respect on that. Okay, I know, I'm a nerd, but that's okay. This book is technically a self-help book, and it takes the tone of that blunt, straightforward friend whose truths are borderline insulting, but at the same time, completely necessary to give you that reality check you need. Sincero is so honest and blunt that it hurts, but that is what I needed to give me the kick to break some old habits that were hurting and holding me back. For example, overthinking. This is a big one for me. I am the type of person who will finish having a conversation with somebody or an exchange with somebody, and I'll go back home or back to my desk or whatever and still be thinking about that conversation an hour later and be like, oh, that's what I should have said. That would have been funnier, that would have been wittier, or if I did this instead, they would have thought better of me or whatever. And then I start thinking, why am I so socially awkward? And it just kind of avalanches from there. Or if not that, I would prepare and rehearse entire conversations in my head like I was getting ready for some school play. I needed to learn to get out of my head and just dive in and do it. And the more I started just naturally accepting myself as I was, socially awkward and all, and just having conversations with people, the more I was able to build those social skills and just feel better and feel more comfortable in those situations. So number 2 is timing/procrastination. We like to wait until things are perfect before we dive in. But nothing's ever going to be perfect. Newsflash. I mean, what is that thing that just gives you life, makes you excited, gives you goosebumps, and makes your hair stand on edge? You're so passionate about it, yet you're afraid to go after it because you don't feel you're ready, you don't feel you're at a certain level yet, and you just kind of talk yourself out of it. If you're passionate about something, just go for it. Just dive right on in. It's not about being perfect when you enter the arena. It's about the experience you learn along the way that helps you get to that ultimate goal. You don't have to have it all together right after the start, but if you don't dip your finger in, you're never going to warm up to the water. You're never going to acclimatize, and then you're just going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs wondering what if, and that is the biggest shame. I love this quote she has in there. She says, "The only failure is quitting. Everything else is just gathering information." And I love that because we've been taught to believe that failure is the end. Dun, dun, dun. There's no getting past it. It's the worst thing that could ever happen. But if you treat failure as information gathering, there is no telling what you can do. Just look at it as a journey, and everything you collect along the way helps you get to your destination. Here are just some famous failures that Sincero lists in her book. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team for lack of skill. Thomas Edison was dubbed too stupid to learn anything by a teacher. And Soichiro Honda, the founder of Honda Motor Company, was turned down by Toyota for an engineering position, so he started his own damn company. Don't let the thoughts of others define who you are or your potential to be who you want to be. Failure is only failure if we fail to get back up. Fear is another topic she deals with in her book, the fear of failure, which so many people struggle with. Being afraid to fail means being afraid to learn and being afraid to grow. Remember, life is the best and most cruel teacher at the same time because it presents the test before the lesson, but through that you learn the greatest wisdom. So often we're our own worst enemy and we count ourselves out. We say we're too unqualified for something when what we really mean is that we're too afraid to try it because we're afraid to fail. The only true failure is quitting. Everything else, as Sincero says, is information gathering. So this book isn't a quote-unquote Christian book. However, I did find the exploration of spirituality quite interesting. Sincero believes that in order to tap into the life you want and the things you expect and want for yourself and amazing opportunities, you need to raise your belief that you're going to actually achieve them, or raise your vibration level. And in doing so, the universe will recognize this and all those things that you're expecting or you want out of life will come to you. Now, in order to maintain a raised expectancy or higher energy, for the universe to recognize, in order to pour into your life all these amazing things that you really want, you need to stay connected to what she calls source energy, and source energy will give you the strength to continue to believe and expect awesome things. So I just thought, hey, if I replace source energy with God, and if I replace vibration with faith, what Bible verse does that remind me of? I'll tell you which one. Hebrews 11 says, faith shows the reality of what we hope for and is the evidence of things we cannot see. And through this book, I understood what that verse meant more. To have a faith or a hope so strong that it in itself is the evidence of things you do not have yet. A faith so strong that you act and behave as if it is there is actually the evidence of that thing you're hoping for being there in the first place. That's pretty amazing, and apparently having a faith that strong is a trait of some highly successful people. So I just thought that was really cool. There is so much good stuff in this book. It is like your own personal hype man through life. Whatever situation you're about to go into that you might be feeling a little iffy about, just read a couple pages and you're like, yeah, I got this. I can handle this. I can do this. I can't say enough about this book. Jen Sincero, thank you for writing this book. Alright, so I have a link to it in the description box below, so be sure to check it out or go to the library, pick it up, whatever. Just get your hands on this book and absorb. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!